7. Welcome back after your short Diwali break. And this was, of course, a fun-filled break for all of you. You all told me, you all shared that nice experience. And now we are going to get back to studies. Yes, of course, Diwali and Durga Puja and all, when all of it gets over, we do feel a little sad that, you know, this is a time of festivity, a big time. That has a chunk that is over, but the next one will come in December. Okay, and in December, you people will be having your Christmas break. So from now to your Christmas break, you have to do your studies seriously and, you know, get over with all the tests and everything that is scheduled. So now a little bit of pressure will be there. Then again in January, then you have your Christmas before that to rejuvenate yourself. Okay, so I will go ahead with history, but once again a reminder, this Friday, I will be taking a test on civics, fundamental rights and directive principles.
A gift to my father.
A gift to you. Yes, that you need to give by doing, you know, writing the test well.
Yes, ma'am.
Rights and directive principles, you all will practice it, you know, using your logic nicely. So you people will have to write the answers in your copy. So I will tell you all, you know, I'll share the question paper like I always do on screen. You will finish the answers and you will submit. So get your copies ready. It is on directive principles and fundamental rights. Okay, Constitution, I'm not keeping it now, and it is closed book, very important. This is going to be closed book assessment. So anybody, if you have any questions with civics, you can get it clarified now. Anything? Okay, so I think that civics is fine with all of you. Good.
Ma'am, I had it out.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, in the textbook, it's mentioned about the welfare states and welfare activities and stuff, but we haven't exactly discussed that in class as far as I'm aware.
In the past and welfare activities in the present, you will, you know, those are something that is something you can, you know, think.
That is for reading.
So that part you
will that
for the test. That is why I did not discuss in detail. See, welfare activities in the past and in the present basically means in the past, when the kings took decision, like King Ashoka, he built roads, he constructed irrigation canals. The Mughals that you are doing, they you know, renovated roads, they built new ones, they built cities. You did in the Delhi Sultanate, they built water reservoirs like Hist. You know, you all read all this. So these were welfare measures taken for the people in the past. And now, based on the directives, what are the welfare measures taken by the government now? So that you can give, I don't know, this is very common, very commonly, I think you can hear it on TV. Have you heard about this one, midday meal in schools?
Yes, ma'am, I have heard.
Have you heard about this? Midday meals?
Yes, ma'am, I heard about midday meal.
Yes, ma'am, my mother's a school teacher and she goes every month.
This is one scheme. Like,
yes,
so what is the government?
In government school.
Yeah, government is giving money to the schools, okay, so that the schools can provide lunch, the tiffin that you bring.
Yes.
Can give
To
lunch.
the teachers, to the staffs.
No,
Because the mother
to the children.
has to do hard work.
To the children. Now, why are they doing this? Because most of the children come from these village schools and all. They come from, you know, economically poor, means economically lower sections of the society. Now, there the parents are mostly unable to get the basic food for the children for 2 times a day. Now, when the parent sees that one meal is given by the school, they are motivated to send children to school. The government is trying to spread education this way, you know, because one thing that we all need is food. Now, if the parents are not good, you know, they are not economically sound enough to get proper meal for the children for 2 times a day. At least they know if the children are enrolled in the school, they will go to school, they will learn, and they will also get the food to eat for 1 time. So thinking also, it is looking into the health of the children. Then you can say another one is very, very common. You can hear it on TV. Beti bachao, beti padhao. Have you heard? Beti
Yes,
bachao.
ma'am, I know what is
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Ma'am, because
Yes,
like
ma'am.
in every early age, they give marriage. They give marriage to a young man. But ma'am, like in Swadesh, ma'am, if you have watched the movie Swadesh, then you can understand.
So anything in welfare measures of the present, you can write about any government scheme. Even if now in Bengal, we have these things like Lokhir Bhandar and all those things giving to the women. Why? Why are they giving money to the women? To make women
Ma'am,
economically empowered. Yes.
and then Ganesh Bhandar is also there.
So this part you can give it a reading, because this part, even if I tell you to write and you write any point outside the book, that is also correct, as long as it is valid with reference to India. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am,
One by one. I'll listen one by one. Yes, Ishan, what do you want to say?
Ma'am, the civics test will be on Friday. This Friday.
Yes, this Friday. This Friday. And Soham, what were you saying? Soham?
yes, ma'am. I couldn't understand. Yes, ma'am. So I was saying that there is too much gender inequality, and women are not treated as good as men. They are given lower salaries. They are means just treated not well, and there are too much racial and
Absolutely
there's too much
right. Again,
inequality.
exploitation. Absolutely.
Like,
To
there
uphold
is Black
that.
Lives Matter.
So to prevent that, these steps are taken. Correct. Correct. You are able to relate, Soham. True. And Shiyang, what do you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't know if this statement is wrong, correct or wrong, because I heard this that this time the government, many states, they are giving means people for they are applying jobs for them means uneducated people are also getting to teach in schools. Like means
No, not in
ma'am,
schools, but the government gives job. Like government had
no,
a
ma'am.
government has a program.
Ma'am, actually, it is. I heard it that in news also that government is giving job to them by giving their teaching. You have to teach in this school like that. And now, but if somebody asks that what subject you will teach and do you know anything about that? That time they're saying no, I don't know, but they told that they will teach us, then we will teach you them. So
Yes,
what is
they are trying to promote education that way. They are trying to spread education. Now these people, whatever they learn, they are going to pass it down. So government has certain schemes like 100 days of work and all. So they are trying to promote
yes, ma'am.
and give employment to as many as possible. True, true. So I'm not anymore now. I'll listen to you once again later on. So this is something, this is true. So these are welfare measures taken by the government now. You can include anything. If I ask you any 2 welfare measures that you think your government has taken for you, you can write starting from street lighting to anything, any point, like helping during the flood times. Everything is a valid point. So these areas, this is mainly for your understanding, and the government takes these decisions, upholding the directives. They keep the directives in mind while taking decisions, while forming laws and policies and anything. When they do so, they have to keep the directive principles in mind. Okay, so the directive principles, in an indirect way, they are quite important because they show the path, right? I hope civics now is clear to everyone. Now, moving on to history. Yes. Yes. So you people remember what we did of Babur?
Yes, ma'am.
Great job. I am happy to know that.
Conquered a lot of area.
Yes, ma'am.
He came to India, conquered a lot of area.
Yes, he came to India. Now, after coming to India, first he defeated Ibrahim Lodi. When he entered India from the western side. All these people, remember, they entered India from the western side. Now, in the western side, the biggest power was the Western India. Biggest power was
Lodi dynasty.
Lodi, right?
Lodi was
In India.
Western India. Biggest
Rajput.
Rajput.
No, Rajput.
Yes. Now, among the Rajputs, Rana Sanga was one of the
Rajput of Sisodia.
powerful, the most powerful. Yes, Rana Sanga was the most powerful, one of the most powerful in the western side of India. Rajputs, if you ever see Rajasthan, Gujarat, those areas were the Rajput dominated areas. Now the Rajputs gave way to Babur. Rajputs made way for Babur to enter India and fight with Ibrahim Lodi. Otherwise, if before coming to Delhi, they would have been blocked by the Rajputs on the western side, because they occupied the modern day parts of Pakistan and India. If you see before Delhi, these areas come. Do you know the map of India?
Yes, ma'am.
So the western
And
territory. Okay, but Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan.
Nowadays, Pakistan was also.
Yes,
He had the Gujarat region.
part of that.
the only way he could have
The
come to India
Rajputs,
without that.
as well as Daulat Khan, who was the governor of Punjab. So western part was made open.
Yes.
The gates were opened for Babur to enter. Both Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan had their motives. Rana Sanga wanted Rajput supremacy. Daulat Khan wanted personal revenge on, Ibrahim Lodi. So Babur, without facing any trouble, could enter into the heart of India. Without facing any blockage, he entered directly into the heart of India. That was Delhi.
Delhi, because they were partners.
And he faced the mighty army of the Lodis, which was huge. But his army was more organized. His army had better horsemen. You know, horsemen and the cavalry was the strength of
Always well trained and experienced.
Absolutely.
Veterans of war.
Who is Polash in this class? Anybody's parent?
Who?
Polash.
I can't find anyone in the participant list, ma'am.
There is one person named Polash in the participant list. Anyone's parent?
Oh, I saw.
Ma'am, Polash what?
Nothing else is written.
Only Polash.
Only Polash means. I just wanted to ask: is it anyone's parent?
No, I don't think.
Then I won't be able to admit. Then I'm going to remove this person. Okay. Yes. As
Babur.
tell.
Yes, ma'am. Babur used cannons, while Ibrahim Lodi's army did not even know how to use cannons.
Gunpowder and
Absolutely.
All were unknown to them.
Was a concept.
Ma'am, gunpowder and artillery.
Something that was not known by Ibrahim Lodi's army. You see, when the Lodis had, when Muhammad Ghori had attacked India, their strength, what acted as their strength was modern way of fighting war, modern techniques, new techniques that were not known by the Rajputs in a way, and they used certain strategies to defeat the Rajputs.
Like attacking before dawn.
Like attacking before dawn.
Like attack.
And Rajputs have
Which was
proved that you can't attack before dawn.
it is ethically wrong, which the Indians never followed. It is a different.
And like if girls are, that's why doctor never says that if it is boy or girl.
Yes, because then
That is
the
the
people will
concept you are talking about.
not accept.
Here, when we are talking about warfare, now that time also Ghori's army was had equipments and all better than, more modern than the Indian army. Now again you will see Babur's army was much more modern compared to Ibrahim Lodi's army, horsemen being the strength, because horses are less powerful than elephants, but they are more swift. They are faster. They can act
Faster.
quickly and they can move quickly. Along with that, as you said, very, very true. They had excellent,
Ma'am, and
use of cannons and gunpowder, which scared the elephants. And the elephants
power and artillery.
who were in
And
Ibrahim.
did you know?
1 minute, hold on. The elephants in Ibrahim Lodi's army attacked the soldiers of his own army when they heard the gunshots. Elephants get scared very quickly.
Yes, they stampeded.
Very, very quickly. So they those
Start your own army.
sounds
Soldier.
made them baffled, and they started running here and there, stampeding half of Ibrahim Lodi's own army. And lastly, of course, Babur was a more calm, cool, better general, better commander of the army than Ibrahim Lodi ever was. Yes.
Even wiser.
Sonit,
I'm Chandragali.
raise your hand in participants. And Sonit, tell me what you want to say. Sonit? Hello? Okay, I cannot hear Sonit. Okay, Ishan?
Yes, ma'am. I want to tell that the cannon's latest technology is the tanks.
That war tanks, and now that we use in it's like a more developed version, but it also fires. Yes, true. Now though you have missiles. Now people fire missiles. Have you heard? Firing missiles.
That's 21st century.
So it's
21st century. we are
Only
talking.
one target only they are fixed.
avoided.
The
That
war
can
helicopter.
cause a great damage. And yes, Soham, what do you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. So I wanted to say this earlier, I think. So
Quickly.
in the battle between the Punjab king, I forgot, Porus, and yes, Alexander, this elephant also proved to be a weakness actually, because the elephant
Absolutely.
got scared.
Yes.
Battle of Hydaspes speeds.
They had a
Very good, Soham.
And
The Battle of Hydaspes,
I guess
where again elephants turned out to be a disadvantage, because Alexander's army had horses while Porus's army had elephants.
elephants.
Porus was actually winning, but then suddenly it was a monsoon season. It started to rain heavily, and then thunder and lightning. So thunder and lightning scared the elephants. That's because of the heavy weight. The elephants got stuck in the mud, whereas the horses could move very swiftly, for which Alexander could defeat Porus. King Porus or Porus, he
Yeah, Purushottam.
Yes.
King Purushottam.
Purushottam, so he could be defeated because of this reason. Absolutely correct. Now, see, again, the thing gets repeated. Alexander's army became victorious. Babur's army becomes victorious in the first battle of Panipat. And Babur sits on the throne of Delhi, starting the Mughal Empire. Now the Rajputs realize that the thing has gone out of hands. They did not think that Babur will stay in India. So the Rajputs now had a new
Turned against
fight. They found a new enemy. They actually felt, you know, this is many times, this is, if you go to the western side, in their tales it is said that they felt betrayed. Now they felt that they have been betrayed because they thought they, without any trouble, they opened the doors, the heart of India for Babur. But now it was seen that now Babur is not going back. So the Rajputs felt completely betrayed, and Rana Sanga, who was till before this an ally and a friend of Babur, turned against him, and they both now faced a great battle which is known as the Battle of Khanwa. So 1526. So then in 1527, a very important battle, that is the Battle of Khanwa, that was fought between Rana Sanga and Babur. Who were the two?
Babur.
Rana Sanga and his friends
Rana Sanga and Babur.
and Babur. Now Babur was victorious in this battle also. Once this battle he became victorious, his control over India increased. Now the Rajputs became, you know, after, because Rana Sanga was the most powerful of the rulers of the West, because of the defeat of the most powerful of their leaders, Rana Sanga, the Rajputs were in a way now under the Mughal rule. So they were like, Delhi was more securely under the control of the Mughals. On the
Yes,
other
ma'am.
hand, rebellions had started. Rebellions in the eastern side. So west was the Rajput. In the eastern side, the rebellions were from the Afghans. There were Afghans who were ruling Bengal and Bihar. Modern day Bihar means Bihar, Jharkhand, parts of Uttar Pradesh, all that area included. Plus Bengal means the entire Bangladesh included. Bengal and Bihar, these regions, this region was under the Afghans till now. Okay, they were Afghan leaders, and they were not happy with seeing the fact that an Afghan chief was defeated and the Afghan control from Delhi is removed. Hence, they also declared war. So Babur once went to the west, then again went to the east, and 4 years passed just securing positions, gaining more and more land, suppressing rebellions and all. Then just within 4 years of becoming the king, not at a very old age, at quite a younger, young age only, Babur died. Babur died. Now there is a story behind this. The story goes like this, that Babur's eldest son and the heir to the throne was Humayun. Now this story is like this. Once Humayun fell very, very ill. Okay, Humayun was very, very ill, and the doctors had given up. The doctors said that there is no cure. Humayun cannot be cured and Humayun will die. So Babur was very, very disturbed, and Babur had
Considered a holy man.
he was very disturbed mentally because he did not know what to do.
But
His son, Soham, not in between. Wait. He did not know what to do. That his son will die, the heir to the throne will no more be there. So Babur was very disturbed. During this time, so he went to a peer. They say that they're religious things. So he said that there is one way. There is only one way of saving Humayun. So that is, if you take Humayun's illness within yourself, if you accept his illness, then you can give him life, but remember, you will fall ill. Okay, so Babur said that nothing can stop me from saving my son. I want my son's life. So he started, it is said that Humayun was sick and lying on the bed. So Babur started praying just beside his bed.
He went around the bed.
Slowly with time, it was a huge miracle that Humayun became well. And as Humayun became well, Babur started falling ill. And Babur became so seriously ill that Babur's life couldn't be saved. But Humayun, who was, for whom all the doctors had given up hope that nothing can be done, but Humayun was saved. So this is a story that is said, but basically the fact being Babur died out of, ill health, poor health, long wars and all that had made his health go poor. So this is also true. Many believe this story that he took the illness of Humayun within himself. So Babur got to conquer, but he never really got to rule over the land of India. Ruling means making the empire strong, more secure. That thing was something that was not really, something that Babur could not achieve. And within in a short span of time, the empire passed on to the hands of Humayun. Yes, now the first person is Aryaman. Tell me what you have to say.
Ma'am, I actually wanted to say a fact.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, did you know that Babur got the idea of cannons from the Battle of Constantinople in 1453 CE?
Babur got the idea of which battle from Constantinople?
And Babur got the idea of cannons from the Battle of Constantinople 1453, when the Arabs invaded Constantinople by using cannons and won.
Right, the Crusades, exactly. They were, by then, the Ottoman Turks, they had attacked Constantinople, and the Turks had started using gunpowder. Absolutely, very good, Aryaman. Yes, Ishan.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the Battle of Panipat, was Babur was not helped by the Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan? Means why means Babur had so small army?
Yes, Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan were his allies. In the Battle of Panipat, Rana Sanga had given him full support. Means it's not that Rana Sanga had given him a lot of army support, but definitely Rana Sanga gave him the support of money and weapons and all. Plus, the Rajputs did not stop. If you have to enter India, first is western part of India, because they are coming from Afghanistan side. So if you see Afghanistan, now modern day Pakistan, and then the Indian borders now, presently. Then if you are entering India, first comes the Rajput territories. That is what I said. And the Punjab territory. But both Punjab, the governor of Punjab and the Rajputs, they allowed Babur without any fight to enter India. But once Babur decided to stay in India, he is not going back. Then Rana Sanga felt, the Rajputs felt betrayed. They thought that he will come, he will conquer, and he will take the money and go away. But he didn't go away. Now, because the Rajputs thought once Ibrahim Lodi is defeated, Rajputs will sit on the throne of Delhi and give the Mughals, means Babur and his army, money. In return, they will give him money for helping them defeat Ibrahim Lodi, for defeating Ibrahim Lodi, right? But Babur was in no such plan. So the Rajputs, now seeing that Babur is staying, and once again Delhi is going out of the hands of the Rajputs, they became furious. Now Rana Sanga became Babur's enemy, no more a friend. Who was a friend turned into an enemy, and then they fought the second battle. Babur fought another very big battle in India, which is known as the Battle of Khanwa. Battle of Khanwa in 1527 against Rana Sanga and his army. So now the Rajputs and the Mughals fought a deadly war, and this marks the beginning of enmity between the Rajputs and the Mughals. Bitter enmity existed between some Rajput rulers and the Mughals for a long time. Rana Sanga's great grandson was Maharana Pratap, who Maharana Pratap's and Akbar's enmity is well known in history. So it was Akbar and Maharana Pratap whose enmity was another example. So this marked the beginning of Rajput Mughal enmity. Now, how do we know so much about Babur? Just like many of you have a habit of diary writing, or some of you, whatever happened, good things happened in your life, you know, or bad things, or any experience. Some people write diaries. They note down.
Ma'am,
In
Babar
the same way, Babar used to write down his experiences. So he used to keep a record. Babar was quite well, he was knowledgeable. He had education. So he knew how to read and write properly. So he used to write down his experiences. And those experiences are a very solid proof, because he was a real person. So when the person had written down things, so that becomes a very important source of history. So the source of history, his book, his records, it is known as Tuzuk-e-Babari or Babarnama. It's one book that has got two names. Some of them call it, sometimes it is referred to as Babarnama, sometimes it is referred to as Tuzuk-e-Babari. So from there we get to know a lot about Babar's life. So see, these are paintings from Babar's life. He liked reading and all. And as I said, he used to write down also his experiences. So we have a very solid proof that these events had taken place in history. These are not really stories that everything is being made up. Now, Humayun in 1530, just 4 years after Babur, occupied Delhi, Delhi passes on to the hands of Delhi, sees a rise of a new ruler, that is Humayun. Humayun was Babur's eldest son, and he was